Hey YouTube. So I'm here on location at my local beach, like I said, my favorite spot in the world. And hopefully the wind's not too bad, but I am in one of those ruts. So in the ascension process, you have, looks like periods of learning, epiphanies, progress, plateau, and then we go backwards a little bit. And in that plateau, that sort of dip or regression, it's not a regression, but it kind of sucks. It really sucks. So I'm in one of those. I had a really good week, learned lots of things, had lots of epiphanies, made progress in what I want to do and understanding of what my purpose is here. And then it stops. Now, why is that? Well, we're ascending as a group, as a planet. So it means we're raising our vibration, right? The whole planet is. Your body, mind complex, this avatar that is you, is part of the planet. My feet on the ground. It is no different. It is absolutely part of the planet. And I've said this before, but we have a lot of disconnection in our lives from this nature and this environment. And because of that disconnection, as the planet raises its vibration, our bodies can lag behind. It's not in constant communication. It's not getting the upgrades at the same rate that the planet is. So you got to go to the beach. And boy, it's hard because we're conditioned in this 3D matrix to stay indoors, to stay disconnected, to have shoes on our feet, to not get the sun on our face. That's dangerous. You get skin cancer or, biting insects, all this stuff that nature does provide. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's annoying, but it's also part of nature. And when you're not in connection, like I said, you can't ascend with the planet at the same speed. So you get these lessons on the ascension progress timeline. You go up the curve, and then it doesn't get grounded into your body. So you got to take the time. And what that looks like when you have all these DNA upgrades that you haven't been able to properly integrate, and lessons on the life path at the schoolhouse that we're in that you haven't been able to ground in. This means actually touch your feet on the ground. You can visualize all you want, but there's no replacing for putting your feet in the sand or wherever, grass. So that disconnection causes misery. And like I said, we're so conditioned that we don't even hardly notice it. So this happened to me again, once again. And the universe knows what's best. So if it needs you to go put your feet in the sand, it'll start making that apparent to you. You'll start getting that thought in your head or whatever, go get your feet on the ground. And then you'll find reasons not to do it. And you'll make excuses, and then the body won't want to go. And then you'll have this, seems like monumental amount of energy that you have to build up just to go do this thing. And then when you get here, it's so clear. Obviously, you should just went. So stop fighting it. Just, you're going to get that niggle. You're going to get that thing from the universe, the message that's telling you what to do. And what you need to do right now is go put your feet on the ground. Or get in that body of water. I just waded in the ocean. It's extremely cold right now. But I did it. And immediately I could feel the connection and the upgrades grounding in. And I started feeling better. I've been feeling miserable all day. Hopeless. All the things that the body does when it's out of sync with the planet. And then as soon as you do what you're supposed to be doing, listening to the suggestions from the universe and God, and you listen, it takes that annoying little pressure that it likes to put on you to get you to do things. So avoiding things will only cause discomfort. Now, there's a difference between low vibrational energy from the 3D matrix being put on you and that discomfort that the universe puts on you to get you to do something that it needs you to do. And you can start to distinguish the difference. They're not the same. But eventually, the universe, it has no choice. If you're not going to listen, it's going to keep ramping up the pressure. And it'll keep making you more and more miserable until you do what it needs you to do. So, I was getting the message to come here all day. This is 10 minutes from my home. Yes, it's cold. But it's a beautiful sunny day. And obviously it's a beautiful spot. And it's not very far. And no one needed the vehicle. And there was even a chair in the car that I could take and go and sit on this thing. Yet, it took me all day to get down here. I just laugh at it now because as soon as I put my feet in that water, it was obvious. Why didn't I just come here? I would have had a better day. You know, if there was any low vibrational energy lodged in my energetic system, that's gone. And I'm sitting here grounding in all these lessons and this energy from the previous week of ascension. So, I guess the whole point of this video is listen. Listen to that niggle. Listen to the message the universe is telling you. Just do it. Stop avoiding it. You know, I'm not one type of person to do this hustle culture garbage. I think it's nonsense. You can't override the system. A lot of our weight issues and the way we feel is energetic. I mean, this is all energy. So, but I guess I could be more of a hustle culture, as in more of a stickler in listening to your body, listening to the niggle, listening to what the universe is trying to tell you, getting in tune with yourself. Stop ignoring that. Get up and do it. I mean, if I would have just listened to my own advice, I would have had a much better day today. But eventually, I knew I had to come here. So as soon as I did, I got in the car, seen 555 on the clock, then 123 on my phone, then 144 on the battery capacity of the vehicle, and then it just kept coming. The entire way down here, I kept getting synchronicities. In other words, finally, you're listening to us. Finally, you're going to do what we've been trying to get you to do all day long. And here I am, downloading codes from the sun, grounding in all those lessons, and feeling a million times better than I did an hour ago. I even got a bunch of animals, divination too. There was a red-tailed hawk. I could have reached it and touched it. It flew right in front of the car. Landed on a post right next to the road. Like, I've never been that close to one except for one time when I was young. And I was laying next to a log. I was hunting ducks, hiding, and the hawk flew right over top of me. So like this high over my head, which was the most beautiful thing. I don't remember if I got any ducks, but I do remember that encounter. And then eagles, yeah. So I think I'll keep this one short here, 10 minutes. But for the love of God, listen to the messages. Don't be like me. Be better than Jason. Listen sooner. Trust the niggle. Get your feet on the ground. Just go have a shower if nothing else, you know. This low vibrational energy can't live in this place. It just can't. Look how much salt and, ocean water there is right behind me, and the sound of the ocean crashing on the waves, and the sun on my face. It just can't survive here. And I have noticed that if I do videos here, my mental clarity is 10 times better. I tried to do one last night at home. That was horrible. I had making all kinds of mistakes. I didn't even post it because what's the point? It's ramblings of a low vibrational energy filled individual. Yeah. Drunk on low vibe. So here I am flying high on the high stuff, and I feel so much better. It became obvious what I need to talk about. So I think I'll leave it there. Man, there's an awful lot of contrails and planes flying over lately. Today's nuts. They're everywhere. Oh, would you look at that? That's a sunbow. All right, I think I'll leave it there. Like I always say, I hope this video finds you well. I love you all, and we'll see you soon.